Oh,
Yo,
we're missing one.
are we recording?
Yeah,
Tight.
the
Gotta
boomers
wait for
late.
Grandma.
Here he is.
Hey, Grandma, how you doing?
Oh no, John, you have to leave. On my screen, we're out of order.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does.
Hello? What's up?
What?
Oh, okay, now we're in good position. Something fixed it. I don't know. I don't
What was
touch
wrong?
it.
Are we okay?
We were just out of order, but then Aiden, you
Hey
magically.
guys, welcome to Just Perfection, where we have to do everything f***ing exactly the way that Mark wants it to be, and it has to all be perfect.
Welcome to Just Janky. Welcome to Just Janky. Welcome to Just Janky.
I'm a perfectionist too.
So, as John was saying, welcome back to Just Janky, where we jump on Zoom and we mess with the fact that we only have 40 minutes now max, and we try to deal with that. We try to deal with Mark's terrible editing skills, and we'll see how it turns out. Thanks for joining us. We're a place where we literally just jump into a Zoom call, turn it on, and have a conversation. Amidst
Half the time it's a mess.
Exactly.
Half
And
the
we
time.
embrace that.
Maybe that's generous.
That's very
because-
generous.
we're all insecure at the bottom, so we want to.
This is it. We're getting down and dirty right away.
I don't know.
We're
this
all
is
insecure.
This is the big daddy energy that we missed last time. Like,
Yeah.
this is
Yep.
the big Chungus energy.
Yep. So let's talk about that real quick, because we were just having a little conversation about it quickly.
Yeah.
How are we feeling? What do we think about podcasting, and what does it show us about real life, boys?
That's not what I want.
Aiden
I
just said that's not what he wants.
Sorry, no, I'm messing with the. There we go. Okay. Whew. I'm not
Grandma.
recording.
Look, he's
so it
over there
doesn't matter.
scrolling other
I'm not.
websites.
It was the windows. It was the boxes.
Yeah,
Continue.
of course.
This is
What did
gonna
I
be
say,
this is
brother?
gonna be the first episode where Aiden's audio does not sound good. So
Wait, does it
Go.
sound bad?
No, he sounds
it's gonna
great.
sound bad because it's transferring over internet. And
Oh,
you're gonna have
okay.
all
You're
the
incorrect.
compression and
You're
stuff.
incorrect. It sounds great coming out of my headphones.
John,
You'll-
you're gonna
you'll
make me
see.
more
Watch, you'll see.
insecure than I already am.
Yeah. I'm sorry. You make me insecure with your whole like. I got my microphone and my headphones, and look at me, I'm Aiden.
Look at me.
I'm in my bedroom practically, where I sleep.
Where are you,
Sleep
John?
in your car.
I'm in my car.
I mean, hey, it looks like a spacious back seat. Probably not that bad, right? You have any pillows?
No, I have a sweater and like some old baby wipes.
Okay. Hey, those could go for like $100 a pop right now.
I know, yeah. Ah!
John, you're such a
Tits!
freaking bonobo.
I got it.
Come on, he's coming back. He's coming back. Okay. All right. Cool.
Okay.
You wouldn't know it by
Pod-
looking at us, but
question?
John is the most tech savvy out of all of us.
Yeah, it's true. It's actually the
it's
funniest.
me. I act like a chimpanzee.
Compensate for
And I
how
kind of
So
am one.
John,
handsome you are.
how are you insecure?
Yeah. Why don't you tell us about that?
It's
no,
our tell-all.
it-
We're doing our tell-all.
Okay. This is like my favorite conversation to have because I love the things that happen amidst vulnerability is that when I become vulnerable, which is very natural to me, that sounded like a humble brag, but
He
I'm
just
just
loves being
saying it straight.
exposed.
Hey, it's okay.
I'm
We
just saying,
talked about it last
I
week.
like being nude in public. I like exposing myself. I'm just kidding. I don't like being
For the
nude.
people who are watching the video, you're gonna see some great reactions from us. As soon as he said that, I was just like,
I was like,
Mark was like, "What the heck is happening?"
I mean, it's difficult because a lot of my social anxieties come out in this moment. Like, people think I'm very extroverted, but I'm actually very introverted. I think Aiden can relate because we've had this conversation multiple times where we both get our energy from Aiden more so than me, I think. And you can talk about this
I will.
when you want. I don't want to speak too much on your behalf, but like, I get tired of seeing people after a while. But then like quarantine, I get anxious that I haven't seen other people besides the people I'm living with. So like, especially with podcasting, it's like having a camera in my face and anybody can watch this, and I start thinking about what I'm saying and am I going to say something wrong, and I don't want to say dumb shit, and I don't want to cuss when my sister's watching. And I think last week I was just thinking too much about a lot of the not criticism, but critique we've been getting. And and this is often something that I'm already my biggest critic. So like when I hear critique that's already something I'm trying to work on, it becomes like a bared weight where I'm like, I get like really like, stuck on like you know what it's like? It's like a broken record that just plays on repeat, and then I can't actually think straight and do what I do or say what I actually want to say. So podcasting's been weird, figuring out more about myself, figuring out that I am not things that are obvious are not that obvious to me sometimes. Like I don't do things perfectly or say things perfectly, or really give a shit if Lindsay doesn't like if I'm cursing or not. And yeah, I just don't, I so quickly overthink things. And so now I'm clearly not thinking about it. I mean, it's very obvious that I'm not really thinking at all. So
So I'll jump off that. Sorry, no hands.
please do.
Or hands.
More hands.
So one of the things that John and I talked about as we were actually all of us talked about as we were preparing to launch this thing was like, for me, I get triggered by things like not being perfect. And I want to like make sure that everything I'm putting into the world is this perfect, neatly tied up thing. And it means that like I actually will get paralyzed by that. And so as we were talking about this, some sibling just freaking closed the door. They don't want to hear me talk, I guess, whatever. And
Probably David, right? Probably David.
Probably David.
Say it to my face, David.
Exactly. But so like that's partly why we intentionally have made this. We're doing it on Zoom. We're doing it with minimal editing. And the goal is to make me feel like it's not this perfect product, nor does it need to be, because we're trying to bring our authentic selves. I personally led to part of the demise of last week's by having us on too rigid of a script, and that's a thing that I do. I try to have too much control, so I'm going to try to release that to the boys and trust you guys in this process, because I just, I could be controlling, and when I'm controlling, I'm annoying, and I'm not very free. So I'm going to try to do that, because at the end of the day, this is just us jumping on, having a conversation, having fun, and anytime that it loses that means that we're veering away from that. So
you're not getting all of us when we're being all stick up our butts.
I have huge stick up. Wait, nope.
You definitely don't. We've talked about this.
Yeah, you don't. You're the one who's most insecure about things going around your butts.
Incredibly uninterested. But
the day that I hear Mark say he has the biggest stick up his butt is the day that I know that he's lying to me about everything.
Figuratively, I'm the hugest stick up my butt. Literally never, though. Literally
That's
never.
as close as we're getting. That's as close
as you're going to get to it.
Okay, figuratively. Great. I'm going to
just wait for that bachelor party. We'll see about that. We'll see how we can fix that.
Yeah, hey, Mark, remember what you said like 6 months ago? Well, now it's a reality.
What did you say?
I just imagine Aiden pulling out a log.
I'm just going to have a big old stick. I'm going to give it to you so that you remember what you said.
Oh,
Oh, God. All right.
Don't worry.
Next topic.
Let's all take a drink.
Wait, are we skipping Aiden?
No, I was saying next topic, like stop talking about my butt. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
So
moving on to Aiden.
Let's make this the topic of the week.
I was going to say, let's
Although,
talk about
on that note, Taylor and I were having a conversation about colonoscopies, and I almost fainted. I almost fainted at the prospect. I think I'm going to die when it happens.
Wait. Is a colonoscopy the thing where the doctor puts their fingers up your butt when you're like
No,
old?
that's also, couldn't do that either. That's testing for prostate cancer.
Cancer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Colonoscopy is where they go up your butthole to get to your to get into your intestines and your colon.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
It's
correct.
to like they run a
Oh,
little
I see.
camera on a wire through all of it to see all the
pretty sure
things.
it's like once you
Wait, for
and my
free?
dad was saying that like he was awake during it. Like you're awake, but you're just numb, so you don't feel anything, but like you're awake. And I'm just like,
What
okay,
are you
I need to
supposed to
talk-
be
I need to
doing
talk
when you
about
have
something
a
else.
thing up your butt?
What I've
Are they
heard,
just like
what I've heard is that the night before or like the days before are worse because they
yeah,
give
you have to poop
like
everything out.
they give you medicine that like clears you out completely.
nice.
So you just sit on the toilet for like
all
a
right,
day
next,
and a half. and
Aiden,
stuff.
talk about something else. Aiden, talk about something else. I can't
Well,
think about it.
What were we discussing before this? We were talking about our own insecurities and everything. I think all of this cropped up because last week John and I for sure, and maybe Mark a little bit, were feeling very insecure about the way that things went. And afterwards I realized I was like, that's so silly. Like the reason that I felt like things went bad was because I was so insecure about it. Now it's like, I don't care. I'm not embarrassed by the fact that I'm drinking sparkling water and cranberry juice out of a mug. Like it's too dang
Wait.
hot for tea, but I like the what?
What? Sparkling water and raspberry juice?
Cranberry juice. It's like a
raspberry
mixer.
tea. Cranberries.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's really
Why'd
good.
you
So it's like
judgy.
your own little like LaCroix concoction.
Yeah, exactly.
That's tight,
It's
actually.
really good. It's really good. It's like kombucha, and I really like kombucha. So
You lost me. Sorry. You lost
I like
me.
the same thing. Have you ever tried it?
Yeah, I have.
Okay,
I've also eaten dirt. It's like the same thing.
All
Have you
right,
seen
I
we're
those
put
going to be
dirt
moving
into,
forward
like,
a
without
mug,
John
and
in
then
this
I-
conversation.
Have you seen those memes about how like the rotavirus affects your sense of taste, and then like
Oh,
they list
you
all the things of
wieners.
like people with bad taste,
People who like kombucha.
people who
who like
Subway.
Friend.
People who like Subway? What?
I like Subway.
great.
Subway's
Yeah,
great.
I
What
Subway's
love
are you talking
Subway.
about?
I'm just
That's
kidding.
a no cap. That's a no cap.
Shh, 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 shh. Listen to me. I'm obsessed with Subway, dude. Taylor's just after me though because she loves Jimmy John's, and she thinks that Subway's
think
terrible.
I've
And I'm
ever
like,
had
okay,
Jimmy John's.
you're wrong because I have more control over my sandwich at Subway. I will always take that.
Yeah.
That was just to throw some blood in the water, get it spicy.
There we go. All right. We're going to be doing next week without Mark because he will go missing.
Yeah. Because he won't. He
will
dissed our
not be
favorite,
around.
Yeah. We're gonna be eating Subway sandwiches. Me and Aiden.
Yeah.
You're just
Yeah,
gonna
in
turn on the
memoriam
camera and
of
it's just gonna
Mark.
be like, they're like, "Where's Mark?" And it's like, I don't know.
Haven't
He's probably
heard from
sticking
him.
a Subway sandwich up his butt.
All right,
$5
Aiden,
foot long.
we interrupted you.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just one of those things where this is completely new to us. And the concept of every stupid thing that I say in an hour period being heard by a bunch of people is like, I know these guys are going to love me. I know my wife is going to love me. But I also don't know if, as my wife was worried that like some random person in Hong Kong was going to be listening and they were going to judge me differently or something like that if I said something stupid. And I was like, yeah, no, that was my thought process in my head.
I thought that was your wife saying that.
No, I know. I spoke incorrectly.
Hong Kong.
Anyway, so I'm worried about that
Yeah,
when
what-
I'm like,
what surprising choice.
I'm gonna have like, yeah, no, there's not an issue there. I just need to like,
Yep.
not blow everything out of proportion. But that's what I do in my mind is I'll go to worst case scenario instantly. Like somebody from every continent is gonna listen and think that guy wearing a bear shirt, he's dumb. But that's not really.
Which
an
is
issue. I
also
don't
so
really
funny
think
because
about
we have.
Is that a
like,
bear on
I
your
think
shirt?
we have.
Yeah, it's a bear. I think.
Sorry, Mark. Go ahead.
Was it like the first time that I wore a wolf shirt?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's just
Shout
the
out to
animal man.
Tyler Yule. He gave me these shirts, and they are the most comfortable thing ever. So, anyway.
Also, the other thing is like we have 12 subscribers or something like
That's
that.
true.
So like
It's also
you're
true.
worried
Yeah.
that somebody on
Yeah.
another continent
The
will hear
fame
for
got
you.
to
It's like
to my head too quickly.
Like-
we're
Like, here's the thing. You watch us and you like it or you don't. Like, that's, you take it or leave it. We're just janky. That's what it is. That was the whole, oh, that's cool. I just got a text from my ex. in the middle of the
Wait.
show.
Wait,
Um,
you should type it in the chat so we can see it.
No, but then his camera goes off.
It's okay.
yeah,
It's janky.
I'll tell you guys later.
All right, cool. This is the thing I always.
I
like
also don't
about
have
podcasts.
a sexy picture like Aiden does when I turn off my camera.
True.
Well, what can I say?
Hey,
That was
John,
me in
tell
high
us about your
school.
drink.
Yeah, what do you drink?
Oh, this is so as you guys know, 420 was like a couple days
Oh
ago.
my god.
No, it's not weed. I'm
Let's say that again. Let's say that
biracial
one more
baby.
time. One more time. It's not weed.
This is marijuana. I sell this to children. I like selling it to minors.
I'm pretty sure you can't
especially
drink
kids
marijuana,
on the playground.
right?
Hey,
Can you drink
man,
it?
Look,
We don't want to
You
give
can't knock
anybody
it
any
till you
dumb
try it.
ideas.
no, I don't. I
feel
don't
like
think you can drink it.
I feel like there's
Uh,
enough stupid people in this country that
That's
would
what I'm
actually
saying. Don't
believe
give
me.
anybody any
Someone's
dumb
probably tried it.
ideas.
Someone's probably tried it. Yeah,
You know the Tide
like
Pod challenge. It happened. Don't give anybody any ideas.
You're right. You're right.
Oh my
You're right. What
gosh.
am I
Just
doing?
we can say whatever we want, but I'm just gonna head that one off as early as we can. Don't
Like
drink marijuana.
let's give people plenty of blackmail to like edit these clips and like send to
Just
the
take
FBI.
everything we say out
Like,
of context.
Yeah, out of context. Like, yeah, I this is marijuana. I like selling it to minors. Just take
On
that
the
out of
playground.
context.
Let's just get it all out in the open
On the
now.
playground. Yeah. Okay, so I'm a biracial baby. My mom's from the South, like she's white, and then my dad's from South America, specifically Paraguay. And the native tea is called yerba mate. That's how it's properly pronounced.
I
But
like it.
Yeah, but then white people
It's
took
a
the
lot
drink
of
and turned it into
white
a
people
can.
call it yerba mate, and it makes me want to chop my wiener off because it sounds so gross. when they say
Question:
yerba
Why do you
mate.
want to harm yourself when other people do something stupid? Why don't you want to chop their wieners off?
And why
I don't
particularly your
know.
wiener? Like I would go
You
for
know
my
what?
ears.
That's okay. Maybe then that's what I don't know. I can't. It just makes me want to chuck my wee wee off. I don't know, bro.
All right, I just
like,
wanted to know.
it's primal instinct. I can't
Aiden, he's
explain
into
it.
some
like,
weird stuff. Just let him
All
live
right.
his life.
Hey, I
Yeah,
won't knock it until I
I'm
try
just
it,
saying.
and I
I'm
don't
just
plan on
saying.
trying it.
Like, don't touch any of the scissors in my house without assuming the worst. That's all I'm saying. Okay. I'm sorry, Lindsay. So, anyways, this is tea. It's a native. It's the native Indians of Paraguay
That's
drink this, and this is the traditional way that they drink and like drink it in. I've had this since I was little. I thought it was gross when I was like 6 or 7, and then as I got older, I started to really like it. In normal Western culture, we have like a tea bag, and the tea's inside the bag, and then we steep the tea in the water. If you think about like this whole thing is full of tea, and then this special straw, I can show you,
Whoa.
has holes in it, and that's what strains the little particles out of the like. So I'm just getting the tea water. I get a little bit of like the tea stuff, like
That's
there's
cool.
little grains, but yeah. So I take my water bottle and I'll pour water into this, and then I just sip from it. I think the cool thing about this is this is like the traditional cup you drink it out of. It's a bull's
Nice.
horn that's been chopped off and hollowed out, and then they wrap it in leather and put all these cool like designs on it.
It's reusable.
Yeah. It is reusable. Yeah,
That's
it's so like this is like metal. It's like handmade stuff. So
Wow.
I am very proud of my culture background and my Latin side, and I also just love this drink. It's super good for your digestion. It's energizing in a way that caffeine, like it's weird. I'll drink this and I'll feel refreshed, whereas I'll drink a coffee and I'll feel energetic. Does that make sense? It's weird. I don't know how to explain it, but
I like that.
yeah, it totally looks like Kush, and Paraguayan officers are actually trained on knowing the difference, on being able to tell the difference between weed and
Whoa.
yerba mate, because it looks so much like
Because
weed.
you could try to pass it.
Drug dealers are constantly trying to get weed into the country
Wow.
with yerba mate.
Yeah,
I think their laws with marijuana are more lax now, but
okay.
yeah. Now you know. And that's what I'm drinking.
I'm a big
420,
fan of,
baby.
I'm a big fan of tea. You should share that sometime. We're together.
Yeah, I agree. Now's not a good time because the tradition is you just take the cup and pass it around. It's like the peace pipe.
Ooh.
Like, so you're just sharing germs all day. So
When we're finally, if we ever get to see each other again, we'll share some of your tea. I like it.
why would you say that? That's so sad.
No,
If we
okay.
ever get to see each other again.
Yeah, I don't
I'm pretty
know,
sure
man.
he's joking.
Yeah, of course. Of course, I'm joking. I'm just. It feels like
I know, but
I don't
it's
know.
like
We're on what, March 39th or something like that by
Dude,
now.
we're
March.
like 7 weeks in or something at this point. We're all going
Goodness
cuckoo.
Anyway,
yeah.
that was great. I loved hearing all of that. That was
Yes.
so cool.
Thanks. Yeah, I will share it with you guys at some point. The boys need to experience it.
Please,
so.
we'll follow up with that on a future episode.
Cool,
Maybe,
cool,
maybe
cool,
not.
cool.
I don't know. It's just what they say,
It'll be a league night or a
Yes.
Just Janky thing, whatever.
I'm on board.
That's what they say. So anyway, too long didn't listen instead of too long didn't read. Basically, we are doubling down on being authentic to ourselves. We are just having a good time, and you can join us for the ride or you don't. No problem. We're doing this for fun anyway. So,
Yep.
We're gonna make sure that we're enjoying the process as we go about it, because that's the goal.
That's really the most important part.
Any other thoughts?
That's it.
Um,
I don't remember if there was something else to say. Do we
yeah,
want to?
the prepackaged stuff that you see at like 7-Eleven that says yerba mate, that's like if you peed into a cup and then drank that, you'd get the same thing, like exact same taste. It's
Gotcha.
garbage.
Okay.
That stuff is not good.
What do you have?
This
What
is
would
the
you
good
say?
stuff. Try
What would
this.
you say to the founder of Yerba Mate? Like the guy that created the
So-
American company.
Oh, so the American company, funny enough, makes the actual tea stuff.
Oh
too.
wait, really?
Like he makes so they sell the cans and they also sell the tea. If I were to meet that guy, I would ask him who hurt him, why does he want to see the world burn, what happened to his taste buds, and how big is the stick that's up his butt. Those are the questions I would ask him.
Do you think he's Paraguayan?
It's native to South Brazil, Argentina, and
okay.
Paraguay. So there's a solid chance that he's not. There's like a 1 in 3 chance. But I would be. Most Paraguayans drink this stuff.
But I was gonna say, so like, but like non-Southern Americans would not know about this.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Okay.
It's very like the only place you can buy the actual tea that I found is like at obscure little Latin markets or like Armenian markets in the neighborhood.
Nice.
So
Yeah. Sorry. The thing
Yeah,
that I was
if,
supposed to say
anyone's
is
interested in
non-South
trying
Americans,
this-
not Southern Americans. I'm just.
did I say
quoting-
Southern
going back.
Americans?
I said it. I'm being dumb.
Oh.
Perfectionist
really don't
coming
have
out.
to be
Sorry.
PC
Excuse me.
I don't care. I do hate it when someone says, "Oh, so you're Mexican." I just,
Oh.
no, that's Central America. You stupid, uneducated piece of lard.
Yeah, it's almost
Anyway.
worse when somebody asks me like, "What are you?" or "Where are you from?" and I say like LA or like human, and they're not satisfied with that answer. But I know what they're trying to ask, but like I don't want to give them the bacon at the end of the stick.
Yeah, I hear you.
Because I'm like, ask the right question, please. No, like, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Eagle Rock, like specifically in LA.
Yeah.
Born and raised, actually.
I'm from my mom's vagina. What do you
Oh
want?
my-
Like, what is this question?
This segues me perfectly into what I was just gonna say because I think it would be a great running bit whenever we say something we regret or something we shouldn't have said or something inappropriate, we just apologize to Lindsay. Just be like, sorry, Lindsay.
Oh,
Sorry,
I love
Lindsay.
that.
That was on me. Sorry, Lindsay. My
That's
bad,
great.
Lindsay.
Oh, I love that. That's a great
So,
idea.
segue back to what
Sorry,
John just
Lindsay.
said. Sorry, Lindsay.
And like we can call each other out on it too.
Yeah.
Just like
John,
So
you need to
on John's
apologize
behalf,
to
I just want to
Lindsay.
say sorry, Lindsay.
Yeah, sorry, Lindsay.
for the rest of the episode.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Love that. How did you even get? Yeah, how do we even recover from that? That's perfect.
Right. So do we want to go to our next bit?
Speaking of John's mom's vagina,
Oh
let me
my
talk
God.
about this.
Yeah, that's how professional podcasters would do it.
Yep.
But we're just like scrambling. We just need the life preserver right now. Somebody.
We're segueing.
We're
All
segueing.
right. I'm
There we
gonna
go.
play. I'm gonna play my audio recording
Ooh.
of that thing so we can all react to it.
Put
and
it up to the
then
mic.
maybe we can like we'll play the actual clip or something, or maybe we'll just leave it in and this will be the way that you hear it. Is
Leave
you
it
hear from my
in.
phone.
I kind of like it. I leave it in.
Yeah.
All right, let me
Put it
find
up to your mic,
That's
Boomer.
what she said?
Don't worry, dude. What did you say?
Sorry, Lindsay.
Wait, what did I say? What were you saying that in response
I
to?
was saying it to John's. That's what she said.
No,
too.
but what did he say? That's what she
No,
said in
we-
response to.
I thought no
you
one
can't
heard
just
me.
go back and explain the joke.
All
If you go
right,
out, if you
all
have to
right,
go
all
back
right.
and explain
Thank
the
you,
joke, it
Silence.
takes the
Silence.
punch
Thank
out of it.
you.
Silence.
Thank
Silence.
you.
Wait, actually, I need to turn Bluetooth off. Otherwise, it'll come through my headphones. Excuse me. Here we go.
Stupid shit we found on the internet.
That was great.
So last week when we talked about
Turn it
how
up.
we were,
Wait, I couldn't hear it.
Could you play it one more time, please?
All I heard was like a cat dying. Play it again. Stupid shit we found on the internet.
That's
so last week we were talking about how
I-
we were
That's
trying
great.
to be too professional, trying to be too cleaned up, and so I was like, you know what? Screw it. We're just gonna go the opposite direction, which is on my voice memos. I opened it up, first try, sang that ish. Let's go.
Oh yeah, I didn't tell Aiden this idea, but
Uh-huh.
I feel like all of our segue songs, like if we have little bits in the show, each one of us should contribute something. So like
Okay.
Mark does his voice, I might add a kazoo to that, and then
Yeah.
you add maybe like a really crappy rhythm. I don't know, but like
Great.
the only rule is that it can't be good.
Did you hear the rhythm that I did in the little recording for the intro?
I didn't get to listen to it
You
because
didn't listen to
I
it?
tried doing it on my laptop and it wasn't working.
Here, should
I
I,
was
play
just-
that?
Can you play it?
I can
No,
play
no,
that
it's fine.
too.
It's fine. We'll basically all I did was I hit my desk and I rubbed the mouse pad back and forth, so it was like, so it sounded like a shaker, but I was just rubbing the mouse pad. It was pretty funny.
Wait,
if
do
you
that
saw
again?
It. It was like this.
Wait, do it again. This is a great out of context clip.
All you have to do is edit me, and I'm just like,
Oh my god. You're so dumb. You're actually the
Lindsay.
dumbest. But yeah, we're gonna try to. I hope we get Aiden's version in here, so that people can hear it.
Can we play it, please?
Yeah. You
Well,
wanna
we were
play-
gonna play the
Can we
beginning.
play it?
Yeah, it'll be.
I wanna hear it.
You want to hear it? All right, hear it. Let's throw it.
I
want
want
to
hear it right now so that they can see our reaction. They can
Go,
see our
John.
reaction because I
Go,
haven't heard
Mark.
this.
You can play it.
All right, I gotta pull it up. One sec.
I
All
just-
right. Where did you send it? Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Yeah, I texted it to you.
Yep. Here we go. Ready?
Yep. Yikes.
Oh!
Not too
I
shabby.
love that.
I thought
Not
it was
too
actually
bad, huh?
really good.
That was recorded on
Aiden, great
GarageBand
job
on my
on making
iPhone.
that. Dude,
What?
dabs.
Were you
Dabs.
getting itchy there, John? What
Take
was
it.
that?
There's something on my arm.
There always
but,
is
like,
something.
That was great.
Oh, is that how you show off your tattoo? You're like, oh yeah, there's just something.
Oh,
there's
yeah,
something
I
on my
mean-
arm, dude. Like
yeah,
I
this
don't
is
know
how I
what-
show off my tattoo, Mark. Look at my finger tattoo. Isn't it cool?
You
I
can
love
tell
it.
we're all really good friends.
Yeah, definitely.
Are you getting out of your car, John?
No, I think he's.
No,
turning it
I
on.
was trying to turn
Outside.
off the AC so I didn't waste my battery, but then like it went up like 10 degrees instantly.
Oh.
So
Yikes. Sorry, dude.
All right, so John, explain
we're
what
chilling.
what stupid shit we found on the internet is.
So stupid shit we found on the internet is stupid shit that when we went on the internet we found it and wanted to share it with you guys. So essentially it's like we're just monkeys smearing poo on the wall with dumb stuff we found on the internet.
Oh my god.
So like what we'll do is every week we'll like go out. We all have our different ways of finding weird stuff or stuff we'll run into, and we just want to share it with you guys. Like if it's shocking or if it's weird or if it's conversation worthy, like regardless of what's taboo to talk about or not, you know, like okay or not okay to talk about. We're just gonna talk about it because it's interesting. Yeah.
What's yours?
Do I start?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
lead us in,
So
man.
the United States has developed a weeaboo crush on the new North Korean leader, because apparently
You may have to explain
Kim
what a
Jong Un
weeaboo
is
is.
dead. Okay. I think. Okay. I am not gonna pretend like I know Japanese, but my understanding is a weeaboo is as a Caucasian person that wishes they were Japanese or wishes they were fully indulged in the Japanese culture. Like they're obsessed with anime, they're obsessed with Japanese literature and manga and all that stuff.
Yep.
And a lot of the meme is like, gosh, I don't want to. I'm gonna say stuff that's gonna actually get me in trouble. Well, I mean, a lot of the meme is like people like dudes who wear fedoras and glasses and have neck beards and they're like if she breathes she's a thought kind of dudes. Like that's the meme, but
the stereotype. The stereotype.
the stereotype, that's it
Yep.
the stereotype. But most weebs are just dudes that really like anime and like argue about if you should watch it in sub or dub. Like I'm definitely a weeb. I love Japanese culture and anime and manga and stuff. But anyways, within that culture, there is a huge obsession with anime girls, and what ended up happening was the so here's the story. Kim Jong Un, the dictator, leader, monarchy piece of shit, dude that leads North Korea, he apparently had a botched heart surgery, which is of now the latest news rumor that I've heard. No like official confirmed reports. It's just rumors, and like he hasn't come out and said, "Hey, I'm alive," by the way. So honestly, we really have no idea
Which seems
as
like
of recording
something
this podcast on.
that the leader of North Korea would do. He would just come out and be like, "Hey, I'm alive, just so you know." That seems like something he would do.
Yeah, I agree. Some people think he's going to try and do something where it's like, I was resurrected from the dead, I really am God kind of thing,
Wow.
which is a power move. Like that's pretty OP, but I don't think he's intelligent enough to do that. So anyways,
Wow. Tell us how you really feel, John.
I will. So the person that's going to be in command next is I think it's his sister. Is that right? Or is it his cousin? It's a female whose name is, I'm gonna botch it, but she is like all the news on the internet because there's a photo of her with a piece of like toast bread in her mouth and she's running, which is like the epitome of an anime girl. Like every anime has some big boobied anime girl running with a piece of toast in her mouth like this.
Wait, I need to find what is.
Sorry, Lindsay. Because you had to see that. Just because you had to see that. Also, sorry to myself that I had to see that.
Yeah, me too.
It was pretty good though. I nailed the jiggles. Like, just see it. Oh my god. Anyways.
Oh, John, I love you.
Thanks. So anyways, American weebs now have a new crush on a dictatorship that is
Kim Jong Un's sister is the first search thing. When I Google Kim Jong Un, it's the first thing that comes up.
Dude, look at the photo of her with the toast in her bread. Toast in her bread. The bread,
This,
the toast in her.
this article says, can I just read it so that I
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
It says, we regret to inform you that people
Yeah.
are standing Kim Jung Un's sister. Wait, I'm gonna just share my screen really quick so I
Please,
can
please,
show you
please.
the meme. Let's see if I can find it. All right, keep going. Keep talking. Let me pull this up.
Okay. So
Wait, can somebody explain to me what
anyways.
standing means?
I don't know what that is either.
I think I'm a boomer and I don't know.
I can explain that.
Please.
So I don't know when this happened. So it's really funny. Actually I can't go there. That's too much of a tangent. But the guy who plays Loki from Marvel does a great explanation of this online. We'll leave it right there. Stan was coined by Eminem back who knows when. He wrote a song about being a stan or like standing someone. So he actually created the term, and it basically means to like be an adoring fan of.
Okay.
But I don't remember who the song was about, but he wrote a song called Stan, where he was like standing. And so he created it, and from there, everybody has taken that term on.
Okay. Now it all makes sense.
The image is too small. How do I enlarge this? They have a great one where it's her, the image of her, and then an animated version of her. All right, we'll just show you the photo.
Just show it.
Size doesn't matter. It's just how it looks.
Oh my gosh! All right, here we go.
I'm really biting my tongue here for the sake of my sister.
I baited you. So I'm baiting you. John.
Dude, you're baiting me so hard right now. I have my comedy testicles are blue right now.
Yeah, there it is.
I can't zoom in, but see, here she is.
Why can't you zoom in?
I can't believe. Can you like double click on it?
Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah, that's it. Look, see?
It's perfect.
All right, wait, here we go. I'm gonna
wait for me, senpai. Kim Chan, don't die.
I just wish somebody would draw me like that, like in that animated like way. That would be cool, right?
I'd love to. Yeah, I'd pay to see that.
Yeah.
All right, I give up. My
okay.
computer's
It's all
not
good.
working with me, so how do
It's
I
all
stop
good.
sharing?
Go up
here
to
it
the
is.
top of the screen.
There you
Thank
go.
you. Thank you, Boomer.
I'm technologically challenged. I think that has to be a thing, because the last time that you shared your screen, the thing was also this big. So I think we just needed, like, even when we're sharing something, it has to zoom it real small so people have to, like, open up their screens much wider.
It's true.
Eventually, I'll be able to record all this, and I can troubleshoot all of these problems.
Yeah, exactly. Eventually.
Boomers.
Yeah. That's true.
Aiden, did you have a funny story to share? That's actually hilarious. We hadn't even looked at that image before this.
Yeah,
I know.
I guess
perfect.
I guess mine would kind of be along the same lines, because I'm going to transition from the anime that John was talking about. But I just saw the news recently that Avatar: The Last Airbender is coming back to Netflix.
Oh my gosh, I'm so
Yo!
excited.
I think we need to talk
Dude!
about probably the greatest show of all time, because like
I have not watched it, and I as soon as I saw that, I texted Levi and I was like, I know what I'm binging over for the rest.
I haven't seen it either.
Dude.
I haven't watched it either.
Are you kidding me?
No,
Dude,
I'm
I
so
know,
Why are we
excited.
talking about
Okay,
Love
but
is
like,
Blind
okay,
when you guys
wait,
haven't
wait,
seen
wait.
this?
He's just starting Naruto Shippuden, which I just finished. I just finished
Oh my
all of Shippuden,
gosh.
and he's just
I think
starting
we all
it. I
just
know.
outed ourselves as big
As
old
fake
super
nerds.
weebs?
Super weebs.
Wait,
Hyper
super
super
fake.
weebs.
We haven't seen
He's
The Last
Yeah,
Airbender.
you guys
done
haven't
that.
seen Last Airbender.
he's literally at the part where my explosion is an art. My art is an explosion or whatever. Dude is fighting Gaara like at the very beginning. Him and Puppet Master guy.
Hey, this
I
is not
just
the
am
point.
so
We're
bad
not
with
talking
names.
about Naruto right
Done,
now.
stop.
I know, but I'm
Naruto
saying
right
he has so far before he's going to be at the end that like I think he needs to ditch it for the sake of Avatar. So that
Oh
we
yeah,
all-
absolutely.
Are you
Please.
kidding? Absolutely. You
please.
know the moment that pops up, I'm jumping.
Wait, we
Oh,
need
me
to
too.
do like Netflix watch party of Avatar, because
Yes.
I'm all about it.
I'd so be down.
Agreed.
We should have like when it comes out, that should be like a segment of our show. Like let's talk
Yeah.
about, or I don't know.
I could talk about Avatar: The Last Airbender.
We may just
a
develop a really
long
niche
time.
community then.
Yeah.
We may just
We
be
talk
like
about Love is Blind and
just
Avatar.
talking about Love is Blind, being like somewhat reasonable in the way that we
I know,
brand
yeah.
into the community, and then
This-
Yeah, we're just in such a different
Just
category
like,
that people
never
are
mind. We only discuss Airbender.
Yeah.
Scrap
Okay,
everything
so-
we've done. We do 2.5-hour episodes now.
we just talk about every episode in depth. So basically, I thought you guys had seen it, so this kind of defeats the whole purpose of the conversation. But we could get. I keep shaking my camera. Sorry. I'll just ask you a basic concept then. If you could bend any element of the 4 major elements, which are earth, fire, water, and air. I'm talking about the show, not life, you wieners. Oh my gosh.
Exactly.
It's like the primary colors. It's like the 4 primary elements of earth, water, air, and fire. Particularly also based on the band. Do you
I already
Earth,
bend
wind,
air.
and fire, but there's no earth.
What?
Mark.
What?
Mark just said he already bends air. Do explain.
With my
Yeah.
farts.
All right, peace.
Today I was helping my sister with her homework, and then I tuned it a little bit, and then she goes, "Did you fart?" And I was like, "Maybe." She's like, "It smells like eggs."
Oh.
Will we ever grow out of fart jokes?
No.
No, never. I don't think
Oh.
so. Nope.
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's great.
We're not going to talk about the incident I had with farting this morning. Anyway,
Oh,
so you guys answer my
Wait,
question.
oh,
What
dude, now
elements
you
do
have
wanna
to
bend?
say it.
What elements do you want to bend? We're moving on.
mountain.
Okay.
I would bend mountain.
Okay, I'm going to leave again. You're just.
You're such a baboon, Mark. Earth. I would bend mountain.
I choose
Oh.
mountain.
Like he can't bend anything unless it's in a cone shape.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep-
Oh.
It's like
they're like
as you need a
quick,
pile.
quick bend it, and you just see me like shaping it first.
No, keep doing that movement again. Wait, do that again. Do that again. No, Mark, wait, do
no,
that again.
He's dead. He's gone. I know Mark well enough to know that he's gone for the next 5 minutes. He's not gonna stop laughing.
He's gonna do that.
Oh, yeah, he's gone. So anyway, John.
Oh, he did it. He controlled himself. Go him.
It's true. He's back. Are you back?
I've regained power.
Okay.
I've gained the
Okay,
power
he can
over my
bend his
laughs.
laughter.
He
Anyway.
bent his mountains.
He bent his mountains. John, what about you? What type of bender would you be?
Okay, I think.
Do you want to
coolest-
explain the premise of the show, Aiden, so people know what we're talking about?
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
so
that's
if
good.
you're like these two and you live under a rock and you don't know what Avatar: The Last Airbender is, it's probably the greatest animated series of all time.
Ooh, way to
Um,
stay not on the argument of is it an anime or a cartoon. Just an animated series.
Yeah, I mean, it's never mind.
That's a whole different discussion. Sorry.
You
keep
handled it
Anyway,
politically. Keep going.
so-
You handled it well.
So
Yeah.
the concept is that there's 4 nations in the world, each of them representing one of the 4 elements that I talked about earlier: air, fire, water, earth. Right, and they all live peacefully, and then everything changes when the Fire Nation attacks. That's in the little intro card. And the way that order is kept is there's a character called the Avatar who is the master of all 4 elements. After every life cycle that the Avatar lives, it goes on to being a representative from the next element. So the current one that we're following is air, and so that's how the story is based. Fire Nation has waged war. We're following a little air nomad who is the Avatar, and he's trying to figure things out.
Sorry to interrupt. I didn't mean summarize the plot. I meant what does it mean to bend things, just so that people can understand that part.
Did we really waste 3 minutes?
To be fair,
Why didn't you stop me earlier?
literally, I don't know if you could see, but my eyes actually went, "Woo!" And then I 2 minutes later, I come back and I'm like, wait, he's still talking. That wasn't what I meant.
You just left me with my cheese out in the wind.
But sorry, I'm spoon
What?
for you.
All right,
I
anyway,
will-
so basically,
Wait, we
it
left
just-
you with your cheese out in the wind? Is
Yeah.
that an expression?
Yeah, it's an
to
expression.
be fair, I would also do that in real life too. So this is not just a podcast thing.
It's true. You're right.
Let you
Yeah.
just
Anyway,
ramble
so
on
what it
and then
means
come
to
back and
bend
be
an
like,
element
by
is
the way, that's
basically
not what
you-
I'm asking.
Okay, so what it means to bend an element is you just control the element. So like if it's earth, you can make a little like pyramids out of earth. You can pull up earth and throw it. You can bend fire. You can create fire out of this. He's giving me the thumbs up. Anyway, go for it, John.
No, he
I'm
has
trying to ask a
to think.
question. How do I get rid of the thumb?
I don't know.
It goes away. Stop pushing it.
Oh, okay. I don't know how to get rid of it now. Wait, so is it a reincarnation thing? Like, is the avatar a reincarnation?
Wait,
like
stop.
that-
We're not going there.
Sorry, I'm curious.
All right, I guess we're going there. I guess
Basically,
we're
yeah, it's
officially at
basically-
Last Airbender podcast now. It's over.
Yeah, it's a reincarnation thing where the avatar will be born, lives a whole lifetime, and then when that avatar dies, the being of the avatar goes on to somebody from the next elemental tribe.
Ah.
basically. So, anyway,
Ah.
now that we've lost all of our viewers,
It's like that TikTok.
All three of them.
Now that
That's
all
all-
the Avatar fans are here.
How's my form?
now you're talking about something that I don't know. Anyway, that was what I wanted to talk about. Didn't think neither
Wow.
of you had seen Avatar, so resident boomer over here doesn't really know what TikTok is. Mark, what about you? What do you want to talk about from the news?
Wait.
I
We
didn't-
didn't answer the question of what we want to bend.
I've been trying to get you to answer the question for the last 10
Well,
minutes.
Mark, answer it. That's not mountain.
I said it, Earth.
Okay, Earth.
Oh,
You're
Why?
a dum-dum. You're the dumbest.
why you bonobo?
Honestly, it's because I want to be like Gaara from Naruto. But
But you don't
Ooh.
bend sand, you bend earth.
I know.
Wait,
but-
Sand
but
benders
sand is
are a different
technically
thing.
Earth.
okay,
sand
so
is
this is
technically a
my
part of
idea.
Earth.
Ready? I'm going to do it with my fingers. So you're like fighting. You're like. And then.
This is great for all of our audio listeners, our one audio listener.
And then
Please
to
keep
do my
going.
final move, I just summon a little spike of mountain, and I just go.
Spike a mountain. I cannot.
And that's what I imagine. That's what I imagine earthbending is. So that's what I would do.
Great. Awesome. Moving on. John.
Water, earth, fire, air. I would initially pick fire because for the coolest, I would pick fire. Like I would look the most badass bending fire and stuff.
That's
I
probably
think
true.
the most practical is probably water because there's a little bit of water in everything, and you could probably do a lot of really practical things with that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Dude, I can't wait for you to watch the series. Oh my gosh.
really?
Just by what?
Oh, dude.
Just by like the sentences that you just said. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
So exciting.
Tight. I'm excited too. My
I'm
parents
also
didn't let me
excited for-
watch it.
Really?
Yeah, sorry. I know you know how there were those parents that didn't let their kids watch Harry Potter?
Yes.
Mine were those parents. They didn't let me watch Avatar, Pokemon, or Harry Potter. So I have not seen Harry Potter. I have not seen the animated series of Pokemon, and I have not seen Avatar for those reasons. And it's not because I don't want to. I'm like a grown-ass man now. I haven't come around to it. It's like not on Nickelodeon anymore. So like,
Here we go, bro. You're
I know,
you're about to go back to the golden age of content.
said the boomer.
Yeah. It's true.
The
I love
before
all of those
TikTok
things. I love
age.
all of those things that you just talked about. I think those are some of the best. Anyway.
Really?
John, I have
Yeah.
a question.
Ah.
What are your thoughts on your parents doing that?
Yes,
would
this is a
you
great conversation.
would you do that with your kids? Like or if you wouldn't, do you see any positive to it?
No, here's the thing. My parents were really cool about it actually. They were they handled it the way I probably would have handled it. It's just that their understanding of things was a little rudimentary, I think. They weren't quite on the spiritual not spiritual, but like I really it's very vague reasoning. You know what I'm saying? So like they'd be like, "Hey, this is our understanding of like why you shouldn't watch this. Like this is witchcraft. this is this and this is that.
Question.
It's your decision based on the information I'm giving you. Sorry, go
Question. Did they read or like watch any of the things?
No, that's a good question. No,
Because
they
that's
just
always
based
my
off
number
of what-
one gripe.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a fair point. I would probably do that same thing. I'd watch it first and see what I think, and then I don't know, man. I think growing up is about asking questions and sometimes figuring stuff out on your own with the parental guidance to be there to like answer questions and not just like, so you're not just sitting on at the TV like, oh, okay, so like, I guess magic is real, like, or like the weird things that we think about when we're kids that like it requires like an older, more mature brain to be like, no, magic's not real. It's just a TV show. Like, you can't actually like like here's a great example. Like I needed my parents to explain to me that I'm not invincible like they are in Tom and Jerry. Like if I had an anvil fall on my head, I'd die. Like there's
That
a
does
difference.
sound like you. TV.
Yeah, no, I dude, I really did want to like be just like Tom and Jerry, and I loved that show. I mean, it sounds like a four-headed question, but we're foreheads when we're young, dude. That's what we're just big walking foreheads.
Which we should
so-
also explain what a forehead is, because we use it. We use it in two different ways.
How?
Well, like it could be somebody who's big brain.
No, that's 5-head, dude. That's the
That's 5 heads,
Okay,
yeah.
well then I've been using it wrong.
There you go.
Okay, so I started with forehead as in like you're a smooth brain, like you're unintelligent, you're acting stupid.
Okay.
It's not like you're dumb, but you're acting like you're dumb. Like you're being a forehead. Stop being a
Okay.
forehead.
And the whole idea is that you can fit 4 fingers on your
Not really. There's
I don't
not
think
much.
so.
There's not much
Wait,
more
really?
beyond like. There's not much more beyond like. It sounds like head ass, but it's like funny to say you're actually a forehead. Like I don't know
favorite-
why. I can't explain it.
My favorite
I'm
insult
glad that
like
we're clarifying this, because I always thought it was that you could fit 4 fingers on your forehead.
Everyone
You
can
learned
fit
something
4
new.
fingers on their forehead.
No, that's not true.
Aiden, put
Dude,
your fingers on your forehead.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Mark, are you doing it?
Yeah.
We all
Maybe
just look like
that's why
foreheads.
it's called. No, I'm just kidding. My favorite insult
It's
is
a great
ass butt.
example of what a forehead looks like. Did you see how stupid we all
A
look?
what?
Come
A
on.
what?
Yeah.
Aiden?
I just want to get this out there because you're talking about head ass and insults, kind of for a forehead being an insult. My favorite insult is ass butt. Because it's so redundant. Shout out to my friend Ulysses Park who came up with that and would say that when we were playing D&D back in the day. He would just call somebody an ass butt, and I thought that was the best insult ever.
Yo, I love that.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm an earthbender.
Okay, so
to answer
to bring
my
us
own
back,
question.
because we were talking about. Oh gosh, we were talking
Wait,
about.
why would you be? Sorry, why would Aiden be an earthbender? He just said something.
I was always
skip by that.
always pretending to be an earthbender when I was a kid. Toph is also my favorite character. And so yeah, I love earthbending. And then also I played Avatar D&D with a couple of friends.
Avatar.
And I played an earthbender and she was badass. So
I remember that. I played with you for like 2 seconds.
You
I
did.
did.
Which I'm so sad that I never played D&D with you fools.
Don't worry, it can still happen. We're
happen.
still young.
Have I told
Yeah.
you about my dream?
You want a DM, right?
You
Yeah,
mean your
but
fantasies?
Ooh,
What?
fantasy.
Yeah, let's hear about your fantasy about all of us on a table.
Mm-hmm. Playing a game that involves dungeons, and you're the master.
you guys are the absolute worst. It actually just fulfills all of my dreams of being completely in control and having it bent to my will.
Oh my gosh! Yo! Out of left field
wow.
comes Mark Stout with the banger!
Mark takes
No,
the
I
cake.
actually,
Mark takes the
I actually
cake.
am very lenient. It's fine.
Oh,
I won't punish
I
you.
love
Don't
these
worry.
boys. I love
Ooh.
these boys.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. Is it hot in here? Or is it just me? Ooh.
My AC's on and I feel hot. So
Make
All
sure my
right.
fan is pointing at
So
me.
just because we didn't, John, you never answered my question.
what was the question?
Oh no, actually you did. What would you do with your kids about content?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'd be there
That
to
you would-
answer
you would
questions.
watch it
I'd
with
watch
them.
the content content before, I'd probably watch it with them, and like if it started to go
Yeah.
to a place where like they're what's that part? It's not cognitive is a vague term, but when they are not able to process real and not real, and like they begin like it
It's
begins
just kind of
becoming
blurry.
that the viewpoint that they look at the world through. I think that's unhealthy regardless of what it
Okay.
is. If it's
Yeah, totally.
against my beliefs, if it's if it's something that's I think is mostly against my beliefs. That's what like I think the big Christian parent thing is like. But I mean, also, if there's a show and they're watching it and it's about racing cars or whatever, and they're suddenly like, oh, I can race a car at that speed and be okay. Like, kids need guidance on like what's real and what's not real and what's good and what's bad. And like giving those tools and let them like they can make their own decisions eventually. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's hard. I would have to seek guidance on that. I don't know if I'd be the best parent necessarily.
It's a hard subject. I think I feel really grateful for the way that I was raised, where my parents would kind of allow me to ask questions about things, like you were saying. So like things would be seen and they would have like, hey, this is kind of my viewpoint on this. How are you viewing this? Or like, what do you think about this?
Yeah.
And so like I think we even had the Harry Potter conversation where like initially my mom and dad were, or my mom was more against it. And then I think she even kind of had that realization of like, how can I be against something that I've never experienced or read? I'm just like taking what other people say and go for it. And so then we both read it together and like there were parts and then we talked about it. And I thought that was super cool. Like
That's so cool.
Engaging in that way versus like people said there's witchcraft in it. So I'm out, you know? And so I don't know.
Sorry, can I a little bit of a tiny like tangent question, and then I want to hear Mark's answer to the overall question. So you read the books before you watched the movie?
Yeah.
And what was your experience with that? Did you like the books better or the movie better?
I think I like the books better just because like I've grown up listening and reading books, and so I feel like the imaginary world that I create is often I don't give or the movies don't come up to that standard, which I've since like had to lower because it's like it's just not going to be the same as my own imagination. But when I was younger, I was all like, oh, the books are so much better than the movies, especially for like Narnia. I was that way. I was very upset about the Narnia movies, but at this point I'm just like, you know what, I just don't care. It's like they're two completely different mediums. I'm all about the book, I'm all about the movie and the way that they can capture things. This is what happens when you mature, you know, you increase your thought processes. So anyway,
This has been boomer thoughts with Aiden.
I'm a huge book over movie person, but you know, it's cool. I'll never grow up on that one.
No, but they're so this is why I think this is you can't expect them to be the same thing because they don't have the same, they're not on the same playing field. Like books, you can have hundreds and hundreds of pages explaining all the little different details. Movies, you don't have that much time.
I'm messing around, but keep going.
But anyway, all right, I'm gonna get off my.
This is good. This is good because Aiden's neutral, Mark is books, and I am hard movies.
You're absolutely incorrect, John.
Movies get me hard. Movies make me so hard. Books make me soft,
Lindsay.
like soft cover. Like yeah.
Sorry, Lindsay. Sorry, Lindsay.
I'm a huge movie advocate. Like, okay, the only time I'll say that's not true is the Hunger Games.
In the Harry Potter stuff or in general?
In general. The only time that's not true is the Hunger Games because I read part of the Hunger Games books before I watched the movies. And the movies were just straight up bad. Like, I don't think anyone really liked those movies.
I liked them. I didn't see the last one, but I thought it was good.
I didn't see the last one either, now that I think about it. When her sister dies, I'm curious how they showed that.
Yeah, spoilers.
John, you can't just do that.
No, it's okay. Those came out when I was a teenager, so that was like a millennia ago.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. Mark, what is your take on the whole sheltering, content-wise, parent conversation that we were just having?
Yeah, number of thoughts. I think in general we are introducing technology to kids way too early. just that whole thing. Like, I didn't have a TV in my house until I was 5. So like till that age, I was just chilling, which maybe explains why I'm a little weird, but accept that. Like I just think that kids are like a baby that's 2 that can navigate a iPad but can't talk, like blows my mind. And I think that has serious repercussions on the way that we like raise children. So that said, like, I think that's something I want to be careful with my kids. Of like, go and play in the backyard, like have an imagination. Let's like build those things up first, But
I like that. That's good.
Content. What was I saying about content? What were you saying? Oh, okay. I think that my parents actually didn't put anything. They were like super open to all things. And they were like but I think I appreciated what John said. I didn't even think about it, but they were like very clear, like, this is fake.
Yeah.
Like, this is fiction, and I like loved it, but it was also fiction. Like, I had my little Bulbasaur in Pokemon and I like ran it all the way through and was obsessed with the game. But like, I understood that it was a video game, and like, I was sad that I couldn't have Pokemon in real life. But I also understood that like, I can't run around with little Pokeball and throw it at things and like hope to use that in a battle, like running along, throwing it at a tree and being like, come with me on my adventure. But so I think that I appreciated that. The one thing that I got stonewalled on by my parents, can you guess what it is?
Video games?
Are you kidding? Do you know my life?
Yeah,
No,
I know. I was
they-
gonna say, like, maybe that's why you're so addicted now.
Yeah, exactly. No, just kidding. They were always in my life, dude.
I just don't know.
No, Twilight.
Twilight.
I
Okay.
brought home the first book of Twilight because my friend lent it to me, and I was in like 3rd grade, I think. And my mom was like,
Holy cow,
"Actually, we're
you're
not gonna." What?
That just seems so young to me.
Oh, maybe I was 5th grade. I think I was 5th grade. I don't know. This is the problem with stories. I have no clue. I have no accuracy.
When I was 2, I brought home Twilight. I was already
I
speaking in
was 6
full
months out of the
sentences.
womb, and then I brought home Twilight and started.
I was
flipping
sitting at the
through.
bar and I was 7 years old, and asked the bartender.
But I mean, honestly, like, I look back at that and I don't think it was necessarily the wrong move. I don't know. It's just such a whack.
I think when it comes to censoring like adult content, I think that's a line that everyone can agree that it's like, okay, there's a certain age you should wait to read. Like, because Twilight gets pretty into like some weird like fantasy romance stuff that like even now that I read it, now that I hear about it and I actually understand what it was about, I'm like, I'm glad I didn't read that. It was
I
like,
was gonna mention that, like, the real content that is in stories can actually be an interesting thing to talk about, like, because you could set yourself, like, if you read a ton of like I know romance novels is like a loaded phrase, but like if you read like the teen fiction books like Hunger Games or something like that, and you focus on the relationship aspect of it and you start to idolize that could be something that's like, that to me seems a little more dangerous and can have real life ramifications more than like, are Pokemon real? No, of course they're not real. Like,
right.
But,
No, yeah.
how you treat your significant other in a situation, I was like, that could
Totally.
That could be something that
When like
needs to
an
be talked
adult
about.
knows that like, oh wow, this book is so poetic in the way that it shows what a toxic relationship does to a family or whatever. Whereas like when you're a kid, you're like, oh, that's how you're supposed to treat your wife.
Yeah.
You're supposed to beat her. Like, no.
You're supposed to suck her blood. Because it's Twilight. It's Twilight. He's a vampire. I was trying to make a topical reference. Come on.
Sorry, Lindsay.
Yep. Sorry, Lindsay.
No. Fine. Sorry, Lindsay.
my only other thought was that, like, what we were talking about, where the book has so much room to add details. I almost think the movies were not as bad. There's just so many pages in the book that are really like her paralyzed over her feelings and really talking about them and like sitting in that.
Pause. Are we talking about Hunger Games right now?
Sorry, Twilight.
Oh, got it.
Like, the book is a lot, I think, from what I've heard / read of that, where I like try to sneak a couple pages. Like, the book seems a little darker than the movie even. So I would almost be like, yeah, watch the movie. Because when you watch the movie, you're like, okay, this is just dumb.
Yeah.
Which now the Twilight fans are after us, we're in trouble.
Yeah, no, definitely. And like it's a different like ball game when it comes to censorship and like the way that American culture is like, oh, this is what's appropriate for 13 and over, and this is what's appropriate for a G audience. And when it comes to books, you can pretty much almost talk about anything. Like 50 Shades of Grey, any kid can really pick that up and buy it and leave the store. But like
Yep.
if you, I mean, back then, I'm gonna date myself. Blockbuster was like you couldn't just walk out of the store with an R-rated movie if you were like 8 years old. But if you were 8 years old and bought 50 Shades of Grey, no one would really blink that much of an eye. Like, I mean, maybe the cashier would be like, fuck, but like, besides that, like,
Yeah, the cashier can't
Um,
do anything about it.
right, the cashier can't do anything about it. And it's also like there's a difference between visual, like actually seeing like, okay, this person's arm just got blown off, and I can see
sure.
the gore and VFX, and that's visually scarring. And then
Yeah.
there's like reading it and kind of imagining it with as much understanding that you have of someone's arm getting cut off, which is like when I was 7, it's just like Tom and Jerry, like his arm got cut off, and now his arm's an inanimate arm, and it runs around, and it's funny and silly, and there's no blood or anything, you know, like that's an interesting thing that I would also add to the conversation. And I forgot what I was saying. Someone please take over because I'm just talking now.
Aiden, did you have a thought?
I mean, I was just gonna say I want to hear a little bit about your stupid stuff you found on the internet, Mark.
Oh yeah.
But
I don't
The-
have any, so keep going.
okay, great. To kind of wrap up,
I
my
like where
thoughts-
this conversation is going also, so I would leave it.
Right.
Dude.
Oh, cool. Sounds good. Yeah, I think it's important to grow your perspective. I don't know if we talked about this on an earlier podcast, but I think it's so crazy that people get so hard-lined on their opinions and their beliefs and don't allow new information to change that. Or in some cases, I've heard like people have had a change of opinion and they get flamed for that. And like you're not staying true to what you believe or something like that. And I think it's super important to allow new information to influence you. And it doesn't have to change you, but if you're taking everything into account, like for example, people in my life have been like, Harry Potter is terrible. You shouldn't read Harry Potter because there's witchcraft in it. Okay. Well, that statement is correct in a sense. There is witchcraft in Harry Potter, but you have to read context. Like, how is the witchcraft being used? Okay, well, witchcraft is more being used as a term to describe the magic that they're practicing. And you see very clearly in the book series that there are bad people and there are good people. And the good people are trying to beat the bad people, right? It's like the common story of light versus dark. They're not celebrating people who are using evil magic. They're saying, those people are bad. Let's stop those people, right? It's not like everything is used to harm people. No, there's clear morals in that and saying like, this is not good. We should stop this, right? Versus like, oh, witchcraft is bad.
It's very blanket statement.
What does that mean? Like, there's no content behind that. And so, I don't know. I think you have to have all the context, and obviously everybody can make their own decision, but that's just my opinion.
Love that. John, I don't know if you had something to add, but I'm actually we're 15 minutes out from Aiden's financial counseling meeting, so I just want to make sure we cut on time.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
And I think
right.
I think we're at an hour 15. So somehow Zoom worked and allowed us to go. But I'm gonna wrap us up there. I loved your question, Aiden, actually. So let's punt that to next week. I'd love to discuss next week. Where is something where you had a really hard line perspective and it's changed?
Okay.
Ooh, I love that.
Great.
Where's something that you have a hard line perspective and it hasn't changed and you've actually really looked at it and you really think that it's sat there? And I would like to kick that to our audience.
Yeah.
Where's a moment that you've had a perspective and it shifted, or where's one where you had a perspective and it hasn't shifted? Write in, because that's what we're going to be talking about next week. And let us know, would you bend earth, fire, water, or
mountain?
Mountain. Would you bend mountain? Join me in the mountain boat.
The mountain boat.
This has been Just Janky. This has been Just Janky. Thanks for joining us. We are a place where we jump on and we're authentically ourselves. If you want to respond to those questions, comment down below in YouTube, or write into us. We have an email account, justjanky3, the number 3 @gmail.com. That's justjanky3 @gmail.com. We review those, we'll respond, and we'll also feature your statement on the next episode. We'd also love to hear your comments. We'd love feedback. Caveat, we may or may not accept it because this is for us. So
We have discretion in that area.
we have been
Yeah.
Just Janky. We appreciate you joining us. Happy Monday if you've come on through for the whole thing, and we'll catch you next week.
Wash your hands, stay indoors, don't be a forehead, and go to the beach.
True. Don't
Don't be a
forehead.
don't go to
Don't
the
be a
beach. That's what
forehead.
he's saying.
Don't
That's what
be a
he's saying.
forehead. Don't
Yeah,
be
yeah,
a
yeah.
forehead.
It
Don't
sounded
be
like you
forehead.
said don't be a forehead and go to the beach. So I was just
No,
clarifying.
don't
be a forehead. and
go to the beach.
Yeah, don't
Don't
do
be a
it.
forehead. Don't
Don't
go to
do
the
it.
beach. This has been John
Be a
Martinez
five head.
on his
Be five
on
heads,
his
big
Don't Go to the
brain.
Beach. All right, shut up, you all. I'm closing. I'm done recording. All right, bye.
I